It is 7:14 on a Sunday morning. The room is quiet. The view from the 43rd floor is the entire city still, pre-sound. The way cities only look when the people inside them have not yet decided to move. There is one notification on your phone. Your portfolio shifted $1.3 million overnight. You do not open it. You already know the direction. You pour the coffee. You sit down. You look at the city. Nobody is coming to tell you what to do today. You didn't start here. Level 1. You don't wake up at a set time on Sunday because Sunday does not exist at this level. Days of the week are a luxury for people who track them. You track temperature. You track safety. You track the $31 in your pocket and the 12% left on your phone battery. The mission this morning is warmth. The public library on North Michigan opens at 10. It is 9:44. You have been awake since the sky shifted from black to gray, sitting near the entrance of a parking garage, your bag between your feet, your back to the concrete wall. The bag is everything. A change of clothes, a folded copy of a lease you can no longer use. You don't put the bag down, not even to sleep. Here's what nobody says out loud about this level. You are not passive. You are running a continuous risk analysis that most people couldn't maintain for 48 hours straight. Location assessment, threat identification, resource inventory. You do all of it simultaneously before most people have decided what they want for brunch. The library opens. You go in. You find a chair near the outlet. The phone climbs to 17%. You sit in the warmth and let the day ask nothing from you. The librarian walks past. She does not ask you to leave. That is Sunday. That is the whole win. Level 2. You make $31,000 a year. You work inventory management at a distribution center outside Memphis. You wake up at 8. The apartment is yours, a one-bedroom, $840 a month. Utilities not included. You have a roof. You remind yourself of this because the alternative is 20 minutes south at the encampment by the overpass, and the distance between here and there is sometimes only one bad month. The kitchen sink has a slow drip, has had it for 3 weeks. Your landlord has not responded. You texted him again Friday. Nothing. You calculate the water bill. You decide not to push it. Not today. Sunday is supposed to be rest. What it actually is deferred maintenance. All the things that couldn't happen Monday through Saturday, because Monday through Saturday was survival. Today you do laundry at the laundromat 4 blocks over, $6 in quarters. You pay the electric bill online, which is $16 higher than last month. You look at the number 3 times. You have no explanation for the increase. You pay it anyway. The first rule anxiety at this level is not about catastrophe. It is about the accumulation of small, constant, unresolvable friction that never fully resolves. Your phone buzzes at 2:17. Your manager, asking if you can cover a shift at 4. You stare at the message longer than you need to. The extra hours are $43 before taxes. Your answer is yes, because your answer is almost always yes. You go in. Sunday ends at 11:41 p.m. You are tired in a way that sleep does not fix. Level 3. Lower middle class. You make $54,000 a year in Phoenix. You have a car, a 2019 Honda Civic with 106,000 miles on it, a one-bedroom apartment, and a Roth IRA you opened last April and have not thought about since. You sleep until 8:30. This feels indulgent. You make coffee and open your banking app out of reflex. Checking account, $912. Payday is Friday. You close the app. You had planned to go to the farmer's market. You drive past it on the way to the regular grocery store. $11 for sourdough. $8 for a jar of honey. You've done that math before. You know how it ends. The afternoon is yours. You go for a run. 3 miles. You come back, shower, Make lunch and turn on a show. For 90 minutes, you feel like a person who has their life together. The apartment is clean. The sun is coming through the window at the right angle. Nothing is broken. You let yourself have it. Then the student loan servicer sends a monthly statement. $58,400 remaining. You have been making payments for 3 years. You close the email. You turn the show back on. The second rule, avoidance at this level, is not weakness. It is triage. You cannot solve the number today, so you don't look at it today. Level 4. Middle class. You and your partner bring home a combined $148,000. You own a house in a suburb outside Cincinnati. You have 2 kids, 7 and 9. Sunday is the most logistically complex day of the week, and nobody put it on a calendar. You are awake at 6:53 because the 9-year-old is already downstairs. The day runs on invisible rails. Soccer at 9, grocery run at 11:30, meal prep in the afternoon so the week doesn't collapse by Tuesday. The dishwasher needs to be unloaded. The field trip permission slip needs a signature. There is always one thing that got pushed from Friday to Sunday. You love this. That matters, and it deserves to be said plainly. You chose it. The minivan, the subdivision, the Saturday morning chaos, you built this deliberately. It is not irony. It is the entire point. But around 3 p.m., the mood in the house shifts. Your partner gets quiet. You check your work email even though you said you wouldn't. The kids feel it, they get louder. The rooms feel smaller. Not because anything went wrong, because Monday is already running in the background of everyone's head. Here's the thing about Sunday at this level. You're not dreading work. You genuinely like your job, but the week has a gravitational pull, and by Sunday afternoon, you are already in its orbit. You sit at the kitchen table after dinner and review next week's schedule on your phone. You are sitting in your own house, in the quiet, with a cup of tea cooling next to you. You are completely at Monday. The third rule, the middle class, buys back the weekend with everything it earns and spends Sunday afternoon surrendering it. Level 5. Upper middle class. You make $220,000 a year in product management at a mid-sized tech company in Austin. You have a financial advisor at Fidelity. You have a brokerage account and a 401k and a 529 for each kid. The quarterly summary arrived Thursday. You read it. You felt something between satisfaction and a low, unnamed guilt. You moved on. Sunday is when you remember why you worked for this. You sleep until 8:45. No alarm. The house is 3,900 square feet and there is a room you almost never enter. You use the Peloton. 42 minutes. You are not punishing yourself. You are maintaining something you've worked to have. You make eggs. Actual eggs. Not the carton. You sit at the kitchen island and drink coffee from a grinder you spent $280 on and do not regret. The house is quiet in the way that good insulation and a good neighborhood produce quiet. Your kids are 11 and 13. They sleep late now, which is its own form of wealth. Here's the part that doesn't get named. Your kids attend a private school. Tuition is $27,000 per year, per child. You are in 2 parent group chats that are nominally about school events and are actually about status maintenance. There is a fundraiser this spring. You will contribute $1,500. You will feel neither proud nor resentful. It is simply the price of belonging to this particular table. If you do not pay it, you remain at the table. But the table notices. You pay it. Sunday afternoon, you and your partner take a walk through the neighborhood. You talk about the vacation in June. Ireland. 11 days. $8,400 not counting flights. You have already put down the deposit. You are not worried about the number. That fact, the not being worried about the number, is itself the luxury. Not the trip. The absence of math. Level 6. Comfortable, wealthy. Your net worth is somewhere between $4.5 and $7 million. You stopped tracking the exact figure last year. The direction is correct. That is what you monitor now direction over decades. You wake up at 7:41 on a Sunday in Asheville, North Carolina, 12 acres. A house you designed with an architect you paid $32,000. A neighbor who is also 12 acres away. No fence, because neither of you needs one. The housekeeper comes Wednesday and Friday. The CPA handles quarterly estimated payments. The property manager handles the 2 rental units in Charlotte. None of these people need you on Sunday. Here is what comfortable wealth actually feels like from the inside. It does not feel like power. It feels like the removal of friction. The small, daily abrasions that used to take up space, the overdraft concern, the mechanic negotiation, the grocery store math, are gone. And their absence creates a cognitive quiet that is genuinely hard to describe to someone who has not experienced it. Your mind has more room. That room fills with different things. You call your brother. He is in Sacramento. He makes $62,000 a year. You talk for 40 minutes. He mentions his car repair, $1,100 he wasn't expecting. You wire him $2,000 after you hang up. You do not announce it. He did not ask. You just do it. You read for 2 hours. No notifications. The window is open. The 4th rule, discretionary time, freely spent, with no one waiting on the other side of it, is the only currency that cannot be replicated. Level 7. High net worth, over $20 million. The Sunday changes again. You are in New York this weekend because you are always somewhere. The apartment on the Upper West Side is one of 3 properties. The others are managed. You've been in this apartment for 4 days. You fly to Miami Tuesday. Sunday morning, your personal assistant sends the weekly briefing. Not a news briefing, your briefing. 2 board meetings this week. A legal review Thursday for the EBITDA restructuring on the Phoenix deal. A charity gala Sunday evening you agreed to attend 7 months ago. The gala is $400 a plate. You are at the table that paid $30,000 for 10 seats. You did not choose the cause. Your advisor chose it for the visibility a specific sector donor base you needed proximity to before the next funding round. You know this. You go anyway. You shake hands with people you will never call. You take a photo that will appear in 2 trade publications. You leave at 9:47 and feel nothing you could name. The car takes you back across the park. You look out the window at the city. You try to remember the last Sunday you had no scheduled item on the calendar. You cannot remember one. The 5th rule past a certain net worth. Your time stops belonging to your freedom and starts belonging to other people's perception of you. Level 8. The last level is not a number most people will ever say out loud, but the structure of it is worth understanding because the structure is the point. Your net worth is above $150 million. The number moves by amounts that would be significant to entire families. You stopped reacting to the movements years ago. You are in Malibu this weekend. Staff arrived at 6 a.m. The car is ready. 2 security personnel in the lobby, not paranoia, actuarial reality, an irreplaceable asset being protected. The chef made breakfast. It is technically perfect. You eat it alone. Your daughter called Friday. She is 23. She lives in Brooklyn in an apartment you did not pay for because she asked you not to. She called because she wanted to talk, no ask, no need, just a call. You talked for 9 minutes before your chief of staff stepped in with something that, in retrospect, could have waited. You did not call her back Friday night. You told yourself you would call Saturday. Saturday became Sunday. Sunday is almost over. You pick up the phone. You put it back down. You will call her tomorrow. And then somewhere above that, a floor most people will never visit and some people will never leave, the Sunday stops looking like anything from the outside. The net worth is measured in billions. The number has become abstract not because you cannot understand it, but because the things it represents have lost legibility. A hospital, a fleet of satellites, a government's infrastructure budget. The number points to all of those things. None of them feel real anymore. Only the decisions feel real. You live inside a machine built entirely to produce frictionlessness. Staff who anticipate, a calendar managed like air traffic control, a world sanded smooth, edge by edge, year by year. You have not stood in a line in longer than you can accurately remember. And inside that machine you are completely alone. Not lonely, alone. There is a distinction. Lonely is wanting someone and having no one. Alone is having everyone around you and being unreachable anyway. Every person in the room has a relationship with what you represent. Even the ones who love you are navigating it. Even the honest ones. You know this, and you have stopped resenting it. You have simply factored it in. Last Sunday, 8 days ago, you sat on the back terrace alone and watched a red-tailed hawk circle the valley for 22 minutes. No one knew you were there. Nothing was being recorded. Nobody needed anything. For 22 minutes, you were not a net worth. You were not a portfolio. You were not a signal in someone else's calculation. You were just a person watching a bird. It was the clearest 22 minutes of the last 4 months. Think carefully about what that means. It is 7:14 on a Sunday morning. The room is quiet. The 43rd floor. The city still asleep below. Somewhere below you, a 24-year-old is walking toward a library with a dead phone and $31. Somewhere below you, a 31-year-old is staring at a student loan statement and closing the tab. Somewhere below you, a couple is sitting in a house they built together, doing math they have memorized, watching Sunday slip into Monday at 3 p.m. And somewhere in a bedroom 3 floors up, a person who grew up with nothing, who made something enormous out of nothing, is looking at a phone not at the notification that says the number moved again, but at a contact that says daughter, and is trying to decide if it is too late to call. The machine does not pause for any of them. The elevator does not care which floor you're on. It just moves.